Hello and welcome back to Bodyweight Calisthenics Home, a YouTube channel dedicated to my personal calisthenics transformation, which started around about 3 months ago. I'm 55, I'm a relative newbie to resistance exercises, and I'm about to start workout number 33. I've been doing this quite consistently now for 3 months. I'm really enjoying the results. I'm feeling better, I'm feeling stronger. I know I'm looking different, and I'm progressing on all my exercises. And my routine today will consist, as usual, of some push exercises, namely push-ups, some pull exercises like reverse rows, and some leg exercises like squats and calf raises. But in this video, I'm not going to show you my whole workout. I'm just going to focus in on push-ups. Now, when I started my transformation, I couldn't do a single push-up on the floor horizontal, not a single one without failing. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I have progressed and perfected my push-ups so that now I'm able to do 3 sets of 12 horizontal on the floor. And that's a massive achievement for me, because thinking back only 3 months, I couldn't do a single one. So I'm going to talk you through how I managed to achieve that. Now, of course, the exercise is not the only thing. So bear in mind that I'm also paying a lot of attention to my nutrition and my rest and my technique and my form. It's not just about doing the exercises calisthenics. You've got to take a holistic approach. And I'm going to be doing some more videos on nutrition and protein in the very near future. So in this one, I'm going to talk to you about how I progressed my push-ups and also how I perfected my technique and form. I'm also going to be putting 2 new flags in my worldwide map of subscribers during this video. Rafael in Brazil and the Golden Fish in Tasmania, 2 new subscribers. Thank you for being there. So let me put that to one side. As I've already said, when I started my transformation just around about 3 months ago, I couldn't do a single push-up on the floor. And I started off doing my push-ups inclined against this frame which I've made. This is actually a frame which I use for my dips. So I started off for the first 2 or 3 weeks, really, just doing incline push-ups against this frame. That is all I could do at the time. I couldn't manage any more than that. So eventually I got up to 3 sets of 12 incline push-ups against this frame. Now, if you can't even do incline press-ups against a frame, then it's perfectly acceptable to do them against a wall, just to get a base level of strength. But this was my starting point against this frame. And if you're my subscribers, you'll remember me doing this back in December last year. We're now in March. And I spent 2 or 3 weeks, probably over a month, doing that until I got to a point where I could do 3 sets of 12. And at that point, I progressed. And you've got to get your head around this idea of progressive overload. In order to get bigger, stronger, you're supposed to add more to the intensity and the weight of the exercise. So the progression from a horizontal press-up at this level was to do it as a horizontal press-up on this box here. So my next progression from the frame there behind, which I've just demonstrated, was to come down to this level here and do my push-ups slightly less inclined on this box. And I started off by doing 3 12s on that frame. Then I moved down and I did 1 12 here and 2 12s there. So part of it was down here and part of it was up there. And eventually I got to the point where I was actually doing 3 sets of 12 on this box here, as you can see, like this. And that was a progression for me. And I was very pleased I went from there to there. But eventually I knew that I had to go down to doing press-ups on the floor. And again, I couldn't get straight into doing 3 sets of 12. In fact, the first time I ever did press-ups on the floor, I only managed 4 in my first set. So let me now show you how I do my press-ups now that I'm up to 3 sets of 12. And I'll talk to you about some of the technique that I include in my press-ups, which most of which I've learned by watching other people's videos and also from feedback from subscribers. So I'm going to move the camera now to a different position so I can talk you through how I do my press-ups. Before I do that, let me say it's really important that you do a warm-up and stretching. Now I'm 55, so warm-up and stretching is more important than ever. I'm not a young person anymore. I wish I was, but you can't just launch yourself into doing press-ups. So I warm up on my rowing machine and I do some stretching just to get some blood into the joints and oxygen into the system. And by doing that, you're warming up the muscles in preparation for doing the press-ups. I'm going to move the camera now. Now, the press up is actually quite a difficult exercise. If you think about it, what you're doing is a bench press, but you're using your own body weight as the weight. And another tip that I was given early doors really is to keep a logbook. It's a great way of evidencing your progression and the fact that you're getting stronger. If you can do 10 press-ups one day and 12 the next, it's a progression, and it means that you're actually stronger, and by default you're getting bigger and you're getting more muscle, because you can't get stronger without more muscle. It's a biological fact. So keep a logbook of what you're achieving so that you can look back on it and see the progression, and I find that really motivational. So let's start talking about these press-ups now. There's a temptation when you start off doing press-ups to have your elbows splayed like this, and that's not the right position for your elbows, because that can result, it puts the pressure on the shoulder joints and can result in damage and injury to your shoulders. So you really want your arms to be at an angle to your body around 35 to 45 degrees like this, and that's the perfect position, because that then moves the effort into the chest and the arms and the triceps and the biceps and the back. Now, I've learned also that by bringing your arms either lower down or higher up, it exercises a different portion of the pec muscles. But I'm just going to go for a standard press up. So let me show you what I do. So I position the hands underneath where my chest is at around about nipple level. And then I use a grip, almost like I'm screwing up a piece of paper. And I'm using my fingers to take some of the weight of the body. And what that does is it takes a bit of pressure off the wrists. It stops you from straining your wrists. And then I stretch my legs out behind me. And I'll just move that band out of the way. I have my ankles and toes at right angles to each other. I straighten my body, I engage my core, and then very slowly, bending my elbows at 45 degrees, I lower myself down to the mat, and then I push away, and I push all the way out at the top. And again, all the way down slowly, and then all the way up. And the point about doing it slowly is it's time under tension, and that time under tension is what will exercise the muscles. And what you're aiming for is, I'm going to stop talking now, I'm going to stop moving now so I can talk to you. What you're actually aiming for is this thing that they call hypertrophy, which is actually where you damage your muscle fibers, and then your muscle fibers build back bigger and stronger, and that's how you get your progression. So let me carry on and do the other 8 in my, I've done 4, I'll do another 8 now. Bending my elbows, and I'm rocking forward slightly, engaging the core, so I'll now have a rest, and then I'll do another 2 sets of 12, and that will make up my 3 sets of 12, which is my level at the moment. And I'm hoping, my aim now is to get up to 3 sets of 25, and then I'm going to start playing around with the technique and the form. I might start including some diamond push-ups. Now, when you are doing a routine, as has been pointed out to me, you don't just focus on your push exercise, you've got to do your pull exercise, which is why I do reverse rows underneath that frame, which I started off telling you about my incline press-ups. I'll put a picture of me, a video of me doing some reverse rows now for you to look at. A bit disorganised and sloppy this video, but I've had feedback from subscribers that they actually quite like my realistic approach to doing this. I know that there's quite a lot of exercise videos on YouTube, and they're all very polished. I'm actually doing this in the corner of my garage in Cheshire. I'm nearly at the end of my break now, so I'm going to get on to do the second set of 12 press-ups or push-ups. So there you go, a short video from me on how to perfect and progress your push-ups as part of my calisthenics transformation. I've talked to you about the technique, gripping a piece of paper to spread the load, having your arms 45 degrees, and I've also talked about progressive overload, which is the idea of every time you come back to the gym, add another press up to the set, and slowly but surely over time, as I've experienced, you'll go from being able to do 0 to being able to do 4. Now I'm doing 3 sets of 12, and my objective is to do 3 sets of 25. And also, just to repeat what I said before, do some reverse rows, which will take a holistic, rounded approach and exercise your back muscles as well. Hope that's been useful, informative. If you're a beginner, hope it's been encouraging. It's never too late to start. I'm 55. I've had a 15-year-old subscriber say hello on my channel, and I know that I've got a 70-year-old subscriber, so we can all do this. Give it a go. And don't forget your warm-up, of course, and your stretching. I'm now going to carry on with the rest. Oh, no, I'm not. What I'm going to do now, finally, is put those 2 pins in the map. If you're watching this somewhere in the world, wherever you are in the world, let me know and I'll put a pin in my map. So I've got Rafael Castillo in Brazil and Goldie the Fish in Tasmania. So you will see me put 2 pins in the map right now. Thanks for being there. See you soon for workout 34. Bye for now.